We live now?
Hey, R.I.P. to Uncle Smirno. This one for the OGs.
We embrace the struggle like we celebrate success. Being great ain't good enough, we try and be the best. Study my whole life to pass this test. When you was born ready, you stay prepared so you don't have to stress.
Check. What's going on, man? Back with the No Names podcast. We live at the Wife album release party when it finally exists. I'm here with my brother. I tell everybody my cousin, but it's truly my brother. Known this man since I was 6 years old. I ain't appreciate you saying that I was some shit in football, but
I said weed, nigga, weed.
Oh, you
we
said
was
weed?
ass, nigga.
Weed.
The first year.
The first year we did suck. Okay, cool. I get it. But like I said, getting off my intro, my dog, my brother. I ain't gonna say the real name. Yuck, talking that shit. Thanks for having us, man. Talk your shit, man.
Hey, look, that was like the most respectful thing you did. Too many niggas calling me by my government now.
I know.
I mean,
I
by accident.
You know what's crazy? Funny
accident.
quick story. We just laughed about how we exchanged names and shit earlier. We was talking about as a small world. She was like, "Yeah, I worked with." I ain't gonna say your name,
Haslin and shit.
bruh. I'm like, huh,
Real name.
bruh. And plus the music was so loud. I'm like, who?
Like, who are you talking about?
Like,
I'm like, I know you know who it is. You wouldn't show up somewhere if you ain't know the main person.
But yeah, hey, it's just like, and I was telling just like my shit, my gusto. That's all people know.
Yeah.
Don't nobody know my real name and shit.
Oh, so that's not the real name. Okay,
Nah.
got you.
Nah.
Your mom ain't there, your gusto.
Nah.
Okay.
But I mean, you told your shit, so I'm gonna tell my shit. You know what I'm saying, Tyree on
Okay.
air. You know what I'm
For
saying. You
sure,
said
for
your
sure.
shit, so I'm gonna say my
Yeah.
shit. Keep it a buck. But nah, that's some funny shit though, cause she said that. I'm like, who? Nah, I'm really was dead ass lost. Like, nigga, who?
Hey, nigga, I'm talking about, I done had people, so the only people who really call me that is people who know me through like corporate world. Like
That's how it be.
9 to 5, right?
That's how it be.
So I used to have niggas come up to get cars and shit, right? Like, hey, I'm coming to see Manny. My motherfucking managers would be like, ain't no Manny to work here. Them niggas be in the car by the car. I thought you said you worked at the Enterprise. I'm like, you gotta say Haslin, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta say.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said, Manny.
Didn't I just say that? I was like,
I said,
Yeah,
Manny.
you was
She
like,
I
like,
only
who
know
is that?
people by their government names, so that's what I say.
Hey,
I don't
that's
know
the
the whole
exact
nickname.
conversation
I
we
think
had,
he got about 5
man.
names at
But
this
she
point.
said Haslin. I was like, who's this man you speak of?
Yeah, like, look, I'm sorry to this man. I do not know this
Do not know
man.
this man.
Who is this man? I can see Haslin walking down the street. I do not know this man.
I don't know what Haslin.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's like,
who?
there's 3 Haslins here, and I know them all as Manny.
Hey.
One Trey.
Hey, man, but shout out to you, man. Hey, this was a great event, bro.
I'm telling you.
Like, this was a great event, son. Like, real shit. You know what I'm saying? With some dope performances, including your own. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I can't say it enough, bro. This was a good event, man. I was happy to be a part of it. Happy to sit here.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? And take it all in. It was good shit. And you know what? Somebody said it to us, and I'm definitely want to relay it to you. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? The event like this, huge, man. Got people opening up, people performing they shit too. Other people getting out there, because it might have been people that was here to see you.
Right,
They got
right.
to see somebody else. It's probably somebody that invited their folks. They got
sure.
to see you.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, like I like to say, since I got started in this shit, everybody can eat, bruh.
Hell
We
yeah.
all can eat, bruh.
Yeah, like
It's
all-
enough followers. It's enough money. It's enough anything you doing any of this shit for. It's enough of it for all of us to eat, bruh.
For sure.
So
Yeah,
I respect that.
Yeah,
son.
like as far as like the clothing brands, black owned, the bartender, black, us, black, like
Chef,
everybody
too.
like,
Shout out to them jerk sliders.
like,
Them things
yeah,
was
chef,
slapping.
chef,
fool.
black,
Oh my
everything.
god.
You're doing it for-
Oh
you're
my
doing it for
goodness.
the
And
black
you know I
people,
had to holler at him. I'm like, bruh, I gotta get you. We gotta interview you. But them jerk sliders was
I saw you
slapping.
went in there.
Yeah.
Jerk sliders was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, bro. But as far as like you doing all that and like making sure everybody was black, everybody was doing their thing, just getting everybody a platform to showcase what they have to do, man. What made you want to do that, bro? Like you could have just did an album release by like, hey, play your shit and just perform.
Man,
You made
what?
sure
And
you
just
had
perform by
vendors.
yourself.
You made sure you did all that. You put other artists on and shit like that. What made you want to do something like that, bro?
Man, the honest answer is the universe does a great job at teaching you about life, bro. So when I initially wanted to do this event, first off, this event would have been even better, but I planned this shit in 2 weeks.
Swear to God.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Damn.
I planned it in 2 weeks. I thought about doing it 4 weeks ago. I ain't had the money to put no fucking album release party together. And then, to be honest, before I quit my job, which was a month ago, I didn't know when I was gonna drop my album. But I forced myself to put myself in a situation where it was like, you either gonna go up or you gonna go down. There's no more being
Like
a
shit.
mediocre nigga, right?
Like
so
shit.
when I initially wanted to do the event, my vision was just me, right? So normally I do me and my artists and have a couple artists open up. Everybody always says, man, we don't want to see them other niggas. Like, we just want to see you. So me being like, I'm not even gonna say cocky, but me trying to focus on myself, because this album is really about me. I'm like,
shit.
I want to tell my story to my crowd. I don't care if it's 10 people or 50 people. I'm gonna tell my story to my crowd. You notice I said 10 or 50, because I didn't think it was no way in the world I was gonna bring out over 100 people, and
Nah,
they was
for
gonna
real.
fit comfortably in this studio.
Right.
This is
Nah,
a
for real.
photography studio. When you book a session, it's 10 people max that could be in here, right?
Like shit.
So like,
Shit.
I was just like, man, the reason I chose to do this space was because I own it. So I'm like, I don't have to put up any money for a venue. First mistake. I had to put up money for the sound, because we don't have sound. I had to put up money for a DJ, because there's no DJ. I had to
Like
put
shit.
up money for a band, because I like performing with a band. So 2 weeks ago, I'm nervous as shit, because I'm like, damn, expense-wise, I'm coming out 3,000 in the hole, and I don't think I'm gonna have but more than 25 people at the show. So the first thing, just me being a businessman, I'm like, well, I gotta get other artists in here off some money grab shit.
Yeah.
But they like, why would artists want to pay to perform for you? And I'm like, not only are they gonna pay to perform, they're gonna pay $100 to perform. Why? Because somehow I'm gonna bring people out. You
Like
remember when
shit.
Nipsey Hussle was selling $100 mixtapes?
Yep.
And Jay-Z bought like 100, what he bought, like
100.
yeah, 100 of them jumps. It was like, if I want people to appreciate me, I gotta set the standard of my value.
Like shit.
This shit top 10.
And every artist who touched the stage gonna remember, whether they like me or not as a person, that he gave me a platform for me to motherfucking showcase my talents. Because the only nigga that's gonna pay $100 to perform is a nigga who don't really have a platform. So that's the first thing I did. I provided a platform for people. Then I said, yeah. That's my god pops right there. Shout out to Uncle Mike. He brought the sound. So that's the next thing. Then I said, the people that I bring in this joint is gonna be people that I know personally that I'd rather give money to rather than paying a white man or paying any other man, the nigga that I don't
Yeah.
know. The
Like
sound
shit.
was my godfather. The DJ was my brother from school. You know what I'm saying? The clothes was my brothers from back in the day, or my brother from school. The chef was it ended up being my cousin-in-law. It was supposed to be my brother. We had a little disagreement about some shit. It kind of hurt me that we had a disagreement, because from the get-go, my vision wasn't about money. It only became about money when we brought everything else in it. I don't do shit for money, bro, because the
Like
money
shit.
gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Niggas was pushing the money agenda, so I'm like, fuck it. Well, now you about to challenge me to get in my business owner bag. And now I'm doing videos every day. So every day for the last 2 weeks, I put out content. You go to my Instagram, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm glad Instagram got the no like shit. I mean, you can hide your like shit. Cause I'm normally a 300 plus nigga, but I was getting like 50 likes on some joints, right? So I'm like, damn.
You know
Niggas
that's.
ain't-
That
It's-
algorithm is like messed up. though.
But you know it's gonna
Yeah.
be like that when you know what I'm saying. You post a pic at the club, you post a fresh fit versus you post like your business
Yeah.
or your passion, what you
Yeah.
working on. I'm gonna get more likes on a picture of me on the hood of my car than if a picture
a
of us sitting
podcast.
right here. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of them things that you just learn, like coming up in the game. Like you just learn, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and we all coming up in our respective crafts, and that's just one of them things you
Yeah.
learn. And shit, to piggyback off what you said too. Man, that's the mentality. I fuck with that mentality that you have. You say either 10 to 50, you ain't care.
Yeah.
Cause shit, when we started this shit, I ain't know if 2 people was going. Hey,
Yeah.
I ain't know if 2 people or 5 or however many people was gonna listen to it. And shoot, and you know what I'm saying. Some videos even impressed me. Like, damn,
Yeah.
that many motherfuckers do it. Shit. So it's like you just gotta have that open mindset. Shit, at the end of the day, it's all the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
People, I think that's one of the things you definitely gotta take into it. You know what I mean? And I see that you had that mindset where you just gotta go into it with an open mind. I mean, shit, you gotta learn to crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody finna jump out here and just blast off from they first event. You know what I mean?
There's no real
So
such thing as an overnight success.
it's really not though. It's really not.
Because we saying it's the beginning, but really, nigga, I've really been rapping since 5, so it's not the beginning, but it's the beginning of me evolving to
Like
that
shit.
stage. You know what I'm saying?
Like shit.
Love you, brother.
Like
hey,
shit.
Hey, come back. Shout out to my nigga Lionel. What the fuck is your rap name again, or your producer name? What? Lionel 301? Hey, this nigga, funny story about this nigga. We went to the same middle school. So I was the nigga, I wasn't always as outgoing, right?
Yeah.
So the first day of school, my mother comes and brings me to we had to check in the cafeteria. My mother like, hey, you see that boy over there? He looks like he's nice. I'm gonna go introduce y'all. And she introduced me to this nigga. Shit is crazy, bro. Yeah. So this is one of my first best friends and shit, man. Shout out to my nigga Lionel, bro. And he had to watch his daughter and shit, so he told me he wasn't gonna come. This nigga hit me this morning like, hey, I can make it. That's sacrifices and shit that people making. So, man, fuck if it's 50 people. If it's 50 people who rock with you, to really rock with you, the love you're gonna receive in the end is gonna be more than getting that 5,000 followers on a fake post pic or some shit flexing in somebody else's car or some shit like that. Like,
Shit not organic.
it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's really not.
Yeah.
So that's my piece on that shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
So shit, go and talk to us a little bit about what motivated the album. I mean,
So cute.
Going to California. Yeah, you're driving our car to California.
yeah.
Why is she so smart? How do you know that? I love you, dog. So,
Yeah. So,
all right,
talk to me a little bit about what motivated the album. Obviously, the album is called Wife. Is that really what did it? Is the wife what motivated the album?
It's
Talk
not,
to me a little bit.
It kind of, sort of, but not really. So my last album was more so about my relationship than this one.
Okay.
The one song that was about my relationship, my team decided to cut it from the album because it's really not about that. It was more so about like using it as a comparison because where I'm at in the stage with my music is similar to like my stage in my relationship where it's like I'm sort of finding myself and I'm also trying to figure out my fans like I'm figuring out my woman. So I'm really marrying my fans with this album. Like I want them to
Okay.
fall in love with the new version of Yuck forever.
Okay.
So that was kind of the whole premises of the album. As time went on, there's several different ways that you can interpret it, which is art. So now everybody who listens will probably have their own interpretation and shit. But it really wasn't so much about my personal marriage, but also as a businessman, I do know that a lot of people look up to that. So
Yeah.
why not tap into it? And
Like
then
shit.
teach them along the way.
Like shit.
Because I don't make popular sounding music. So I
Yeah.
gotta find creative ways to be relevant without conforming and selling out.
Yeah. Little son getting winks from the ladies and everything. I see you, man.
Flexing, cuz.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. When it finally exists, it's like really forward thinking. So my last album, I talked a lot about the present and what was going on. A lot of shit that I talked about in this album happened after I talked about it. Like my goal this year is to tell my boss I don't need him. I wrote that a year ago. I just was thinking about quitting. And then I
Yeah.
really did that shit and I'm like, damn, that shit makes sense. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it's crazy, brother. This album, man,
That's-
lyrically, production-wise, the whole nine is just like different, bro. It's a more polished version of me, which I think makes sense because I'm way more mature in life right now,
Like
and
shit.
I feel free. You know what
Like
I'm saying?
shit.
So
Like shit. Hey, it happens. It happens. Shit, maturity in life happens. It's a good thing, bruh.
yeah,
We all sitting here. I'm pretty sure we all sitting here different niggas than what we was 5-10 years ago.
And
I know for sure I
yeah.
was, bruh.
the
So
wildest part is that we gonna be different niggas 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm hip,
And,
bruh.
and
It's
that's
beautiful, low key.
That's what this album did for me. It made me look forward to what's to come because my whole life I planned on this point.
Like
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like I've been prepping for this point, but
Like
now it's
shit.
here, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? That's like shit because it's like it's short term goals that they was long term goals that by the end of this year they're gonna be short term goals
Right.
that I'm gonna accomplish, and then it's like damn.
What's
Once I
next?
get there, I get there. Like I tell you one. By the end of this year, I got I'm doing this first time home buyers joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying.
Yeah, you
I'm
trying
gonna
to
have
get
a crib and shit for my family in that joint. And I always told myself when I buy my first house, I gotta buy my first purchase is a grill. I'm
Yeah.
buying a grill to go on my
Yeah.
deck. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I got a
yeah.
grill.
That's real.
But then you know what's crazy? And I can't wait to get to that point where it's like, damn, after I do that shit, what the fuck am I gonna do next?
Hey man,
Like-
one of so I don't really have like a mentor, but I got an old soul, so I really get
Yeah.
a lot of my gems from older people around me.
Like
I
shit.
had and I'm not for the 9-to-5 life, but I'm all for maximizing your opportunity while you're there.
Like shit.
So I didn't just want to work for Enterprise. I wanted to be a manager just because once I'm a manager, I'm learning all the shit they're going to give me, and then I could go on my own and manage my shit, right?
Like shit.
So when I became a manager, it's a nigga named Jeff Crawford and shit. He was like the regional manager of Enterprise car sales, right?
Uh-huh.
And he told me you got to have a long jumper, a high jumper mentality. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He said, bro, they're never satisfied because the next thing for them is always the next thing. Like you jump fucking 6 feet in the air, nigga. Now you got to jump 6 feet and 2 inches. You know,
Like shit.
Being the same is never good enough.
Like
So
shit.
like you want to get a home this year, then you're gonna get the home, you're gonna get the grill. Now you're gonna want to motherfucking get 2 homes because you're gonna
Like
flip
shit.
that first one and get
Like
3.
shit. And
You know
that's
what
the
I'm
goal. That's
Exactly.
the goal.
it's
Like
that high
shit.
jumper mentality.
Like shit.
That's the type of shit that we gotta be
Like
on
shit.
to not get comfortable or complacent, but really elevate. And then once you learn how to get money and keep money, that shit gonna continuously come. And people think that you gotta work harder to make money. Nah, you just gotta figure out how to make money work for you.
Right.
That's what white
Facts.
people know that we don't know, but they
Facts.
stole all the shit.
Facts.
But that's what making the money make you more money is just stealing shit for real. Like investing in stocks. I'm sharing somebody else's money, but their money is making me money. So
Like
you don't
shit.
put in no extra work, but learning the craft, and then you're gonna make some money on top of that shit.
Like shit.
Wholesaling houses and shit, or
Like
flipping,
shit.
you know, all that shit is the
That's
same.
real
bro.
shit. That's real shit though, and that's one of them. And that's funny you say that because stocks is one of them things I got into last year. Like actually, really during the pandemic, and it was one of them things where it's
Lot of
like
people.
when I sat back and really thought about it. Like one day I was thinking like, damn, like I'm really out here in these waters. I don't know. I ain't got no how-to guide. Like ain't nobody ever taught me this shit. We never learned that shit in school.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people out there with public school education and
Right,
shit.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
So, but it's
I'm
like
not even
that.
sure they learn that in private schools. I mean, I never
don't
been,
know.
but I don't know.
I
Probably
don't know,
not.
but it's
Yeah.
like, and then there's another thing too. It's like, you know, and shout out to my moms and shit, cause she do well for herself, but she never learned that shit. Like, you learn that shit on your own. Y'all like, with our generation, we learn that shit on our own for real.
And
'cause
that's a beautiful thing though, because I think our generation is gonna be some like trendsetters for real, like globetrotters almost. Like our parents used to tell us about college, cause they didn't go,
Like
but
shit.
we went.
Yeah.
And now that we got the college degree, a lot of us, like myself, is like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna force my son to go to college. It's if
That's
he,
exactly how I
it's
feel
like
too, though.
if he
Like
wants to
this.
go, and back in the day, niggas was like, fuck college because I want to get a job. But now I'm like, I don't know if you need a job or college. Maybe I just need to teach you everything I know about what I do, which is a lot.
Like shit.
You learn, you know what I'm saying? So now, my son be like, I don't know. They be like, you going to school? Daddy's my teacher and shit. And I mean, eventually he gonna go to school and shit, but I'm not pressed because that nigga's way more advanced than most kids.
Hell yeah.
Like-
But you know what? Not that, and we ain't even gotta get too deep into that shit, but honestly, I did one of the things I was doing when I was in school was assistant teaching. That shit starts at home too though. And
Yeah.
I did kindergarten. So you know, you
Yeah.
getting kids who either was at home for 4 or 5 years or
Yeah.
kids who might even went to preschool.
Yeah.
But you could tell
Yeah.
when somebody was putting in that work. Like you could tell like it's kids I had at 5 who didn't go to preschool at all.
Yeah.
And they knew how to write their name. They knew where they lived at. They
Yeah.
could tell you what day it was. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They knew all
Spell their
that.
names out. But
And-
like, you played sports growing up?
Hell yeah.
So look, it's just like, remember back in the day, you would go to practice, and the parents are thinking the coaches are supposed to teach them the fundamentals. No, the coaches are teaching these niggas the plays that's gonna win
Yeah, I'm
the
about
game
to
tomorrow.
say, hell nah.
You learn the fundamentals.
Nigga, do you know how many
at
fields
home.
and gyms my father done got
You know
thrown
what
out
I'm
of?
saying?
Nigga, what?
Like, the parents is thinking, oh, my son doesn't, he's still double dribbling. Nigga, on Monday, when we don't have practice, do you take him to the park? It's the same shit with school. Like
shit.
teachers only have 8 hours a day to teach your kid everything they
Like
know.
shit.
Correct.
But they really only have an hour in that classroom.
Like shit.
How the fuck are you gonna teach 30 kids in an hour? You
Like
gotta
shit.
put in the work at home and shit.
Nah,
it's the
that's
same,
facts.
It's
That's
the same
facts.
shit.
That's
Reinforce what
fact.
they just learned.
That's facts though. That's facts, man. But shit. Back to this music shit though. When does your album actually drop, man?
So the album drops on my birthday. Kind of a coincidence. Really, the album's supposed to drop last year, but COVID happened, shit happened. I wasn't in a place financially to put the marketing behind it. So this year, normally I do my albums around times of the year that's popping. Like
Okay.
But I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it on my birthday. Why? Because at the end of the day, if no one hears this shit, I need to get it out because I got 2 more albums in the tub. So it's like, nigga, songs on this album, I don't know if y'all peep, but I'm talking about, I said, been in this shit for 23 strong. I wrote that shit at 23 years old. Nigga, I'm 27 on Wednesday. That's 4 years that I've been sitting on this
Hell
shit.
yeah. Hell
I gotta
yeah.
get it out. I gotta
Like
get it
shit.
out.
Like shit. Respect, man. Respect.
So since the album coming out, do you have like anything like lined up? What's next? Like I know, like me personally, I know like you leaving the good old DMV, you going to LA, man. So what's next? So what's next to come for you, man?
A part of me doesn't know. The other part of me, the business side of me, knows what I aspire to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this show, another reason I did this show, and I wanted to be intimate, because all my other shows, I paid a lot of money to get photographers, and they got so caught up on the event recap that they didn't catch my performance. So this time I said, fuck that shit. I'm gonna pay my uncle $100, and he gonna fucking get all of my set. And we gonna sell this shit to the labels. We gonna sell this shit to the blogs. We gonna sell this shit to the press. So I can say on my EPK, every event I've had has had over 200 people. The difference is when niggas see my set, all they see is the 10 people who were still there at the time. Now niggas are gonna be able to say, nah, he really had 200 motherfuckers there for him.
Right.
And we gonna go on the road with this shit. Because
Hell yeah.
I'm not really popular enough to have records that's gonna break in the club.
Right.
I just don't. I don't make trap records. I don't make the booty shaking joints. But I can be just as impactful as a nigga who sells out a 200 person capacity club venue if I got 200 niggas who want to hear a conscious rapper.
Like
And
shit.
to be honest, I'm somewhat of I'm not Talib Kweli or even Common Sense. I'm more like popular conscious, like J. Cole, Cordae, that type of shit. But in reality, as a person, not to toot my own horn, but I've been a cool fly nigga since a kid. Nigga, like, I've always had the chicks. I've always had niggas who got endless clout. Like, nigga, the owner of the studio looks like a rapper, but I'm the rapper. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm around. I got respect by people who matter. Now it's a matter of packaging myself to make it make sense to people who gonna say, well, your views aren't as hot. Well, now I got 30K views. Your artist got 3,000. What's up?
Yeah, nah, it's really.
I
It's,
sold 200. I sold a show of 200 minimum. I'm saying 200 minimum because last night, what? Yeah, I'm saying I had 200 people in here because last night this morning when I woke up, I had 200 sales. But it's niggas who paid for tickets at the door. So it's 200 plus really in here. And not only did they come here, but they shop with all, nigga, we ain't break even, we made profit off the chef. The bar, we made profit off that. The motherfucking clothes, nigga, my Cash App is crazy. My Sprinter vans, niggas is Cash Apping $5 for shuttles. So I did this shit to benefit me and show niggas that I'm a package deal, nigga. I
Like
might
shit.
not be popular to you, but I'm popular where I'm from, and I'm gonna go somewhere else to show you that I can do it somewhere else too. We're gonna take it on the road.
hell yeah.
Yep.
Like shit.
That's
Like
it. And I hope I ain't sound cocky because it's just
Hell no.
Nah, you're not cocky at
Nah,
all, man.
you
You
got-
just saying what you bring to the fucking table.
Yeah,
Right.
you gotta have that shit. Like, and it's funny you said that because I said something similar to that, something similar to that before, about the podcast shit too though, because it was like I've always thought to myself like, one, you know what I'm saying, I always had respect from niggas that I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could always go in the room and get respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Would you say I always could get the chicks? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
That
know,
was never.
easy.
That was never. You know,
Easy
something
money.
that I mean. So it was like to package that all together. It's like damn. And then I'm an opinionated nigga.
Right.
So it was like damn. What can I do to have
So you
fun?
don't
with-
have a mind. You don't have a problem saying what's on your
yeah,
mind.
you know what I'm saying? I love saying what's on my mind, and you know what I'm saying? What they say, what Lil Wayne say, real niggas fuck with me, and I don't give a fuck who don't. So
For
it's
sure.
like,
For
it's
sure.
like, you know what I'm saying? Why not? I can give people, you know what I'm saying? I can have a real shit. I can have you sit down with us,
Yeah.
talk to me, shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could do that. So it's like, so yeah, shit, you know what you good at, and try to have
sure.
fun with it, and try to make something of it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Why not?
There's no cockiness to it at all. Shit, let it run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
That's a bad.
And the most beautiful thing that I like about this event is that every vendor that I talk to, yo, we got to do this again.
Like shit.
Most times when you do an event, niggas is packing up, ready to go
Yeah.
home. They tired. Shit, I paid this nigga $100 and he had 10 people in the crowd. Now I'm gonna throw my own event. They like, nigga, you gotta do this shit again.
Yes, sir.
Like shit. That's love, bro. That's love.
Yeah.
Battery
That's
in the
love.
back. Yes, sir.
That's love. Shit,
Yeah,
man.
you-
Go ahead. You got? Huh?
You got anything for him, Mom?
Y'all answered all my questions.
Oh, damn.
Y'all touched on everything that I was thinking.
Well, all right, shit, man. Well, if you can and when you will, man, just let the people know where they can follow everything you got going on, or let them follow you. You know, anything else you got, anything coming up. You know, as far as like socials and like stuff like that. Just let them know where they can find you at and where they can.
So y'all can follow me at No Names Podcast now.
Yeah, what you talking about? Yeah.
Nah, man. I recently just changed my Instagram to Yuck_PKE. I dropped the Mister because don't nobody call me Mister. They just be like, Yuck, hey Trey, you're putting chocolate on my shirt, dude. You're putting chocolate on my shirt.
Hey,
but nah, Yuck_PKE on Instagram. At the Polar Movement. That's what the brand is. That's my little brother. He's like a human beatbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the Polar Movement on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And I do a lot of promoting the business because, you know, I am polar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Yuck, but I am polar, and we got a machine behind us, and that's also something that's beneficial in promoting. So, yeah, Yuck_PKE. I think on Twitter is Mr. Yuck_PKE. Not as active on that as I should. Mr. Yuck on Facebook. And, yeah, we going up. A video dropping tomorrow.
Yeah.
For the OGs drops tomorrow on YouTube. We going up. Last video did 30K. I need 50K or better.
Bet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, hey man, appreciate you for having us here, man. Like letting us have this platform, letting us interview, and you know, just cover the event and everything like that. You know, you're my brother, family always, love you, man. And shit, that's a wrap.
Love you too, dog. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
We still traumatized, fear dying till we seen death, befriended killers. Now all of our niggas felt like extreme threats. No gang banging where we from, niggas just rep hoods. Like if we catch you round the way, you ain't good. Wasn't really a street nigga, if I wanted I could. They saw potential cause I rap too good.